Get all of your It figures at Big Bad Toy Store at the link in the description down below. Kaiju, Dragon Ball, Pokemon, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Hello there, collectors. It is Steven here, and welcome to another NECA horror figure review, where today we are going to be taking a look at the 2017 It Pennywise Wellhouse version. Yes, this is going to be an Ultimate figure. It is another version of Pennywise, and even though the Ultimate figures are supposed to be the one-and-done figure of a character you're only going to need, NECA managed to make another Pennywise, but still, we get quite a few accessories with this release, including some unique head sculpts and some alternate hands. But with that being said, there isn't a whole lot else to this figure. It's the same body that we got before, and some folks may be wondering if there are really that many differences. So let's take a look to see whether or not it's worth adding into your collection. So, like I just made mention, the body for Pennywise here is nearly identical to the original Ultimate Pennywise that they released over the summer of 2018. However, there is one difference. For the original Ultimate Pennywise, they did the original release, which had a lighter coloration to it. I actually did that for my review of that figure. However, there was a reissue of that figure where they darkened the figure up a little bit, and they also changed the paint applications for the head sculpt, which I am actually now in possession of one of those. Anyway, this figure does follow that darker color scheme. So if you have the original release of Pennywise, then congratulations, you're actually going to have a darker figure. If you have a reissue of the original Ultimate Pennywise, then it's going to be pretty much a one-to-one here. Now, the differences lie here in that the default hands for this Pennywise are splayed hands, or kind of like Kamehameha hands, and all of the head sculpts for this Pennywise, the hair is significantly more orange instead of more so on the red side, which really does not blend in well together, and they are very noticeably different. But otherwise than that, well, to be honest with you, the head sculpts are going to be the reason why you're going to be getting this. So let's take a nice close look at the default head sculpt out of the box, which is going to be the infamous head sculpt where Pennywise is popping out of the projector and is scaring the daylights out of all them little kids. Yep, this is quite an iconic face here. It is one not even a mother could love. So if you are really digging that scene from the movie, this is going to be the head sculpt for you. Now, continuing on down throughout the rest of the figure, just let this be a reminder for you for how awesome that this figure can look. NECA did a great job with the sculpt, and for, well, argument's sake, they did a pretty solid job with the paint application in most spots. Unfortunately, quality control can be spotty in some areas. Specifically, the right wrist on my Pennywise has a nice, tan splash of paint farther up the wrist, which, isn't the best, but still, for about $30, I guess there's a little bit of give and take, which is acceptable. All in all, you're really going to be getting this for the head sculpts, which we're going to take a bit closer look at later, but for the body, this is just going to be another one, so this way you can display those head sculpts. Since this is yet another 2017 Ultimate Pennywise, well, it's going to be the same body that we already saw with the original Ultimate one and the I Heart Dairy release, so the articulation is going to be identical. The only thing that I noticed is that some of the joints were a bit more forgiving out of the box, and one interesting thing, that was very easy to do. This, I believe, is intentional because of the upcoming, I believe it is Pennywise the Dancing Clown release, where he's got the spider arms or whatever those are. The mantis arms? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so what is the articulation as a quick rundown? Well, we do have a swivel where the head plugs in because that's just a peg, and then that peg is on a ball joint. So this way, Pennywise, if I can get the head to plug back in, can look around in quite a few different directions, so that's very nice. The range of movement is pretty pretty solid on this release with the different head sculpts, providing a good range of movement. Then this white portion, the neck, is also on a ball joint. We can show that a little bit. So we get a little better range of movement there as well. So that's very good. Very nice range of movement there. For the shoulders, they are on a swivel hinge combo, so this way they can spin around. Now, they are a bit poofy, as you can see, so the range of movement may be limited when you're going to get it into a specific degree. So just do keep that in mind, that it's not going to be perfect like, let's say, an SH Figure Arts, but that's okay. We do have a bicep swivel, so this way you can spin the arms all the way around, and we do have double hinged elbows. Now, this one on mine is kind of stuck, but you know what? I just can get that unstuck with a little bit of heat. I just have not done so yet. Now for the hands, we do have a swivel hinge combo. We do have a peg there, so that allows the hands to rotate and swivel around. Then we do have a hinge, which allows you to move the hands up that way and down that way at the wrist. So very good movement there. And these cuffs here, they don't really block the articulation all that much. We do have a ball-jointed waist, which allows you to definitely spin Pennywise all the way around if you should so wish. Just be careful. I broke my first ultimate Pennywise there, and we can definitely rock Pennywise around. Moving on down underneath here, we do have swivel and hinges for the hips. Swivel forward and back, hinge out to the side. Forward and back movement about that far. Out that far. They do also have thigh swivels, so that's pretty good. We do have double hinge knees. Pretty decent range of movement, which also have swivels down here at the bottom hinge. And then we do have swivel hinge ankles, so this way we can get ankle rockers on them, and then move the feet forward and back about that far, so that's pretty good. So overall, Pennywise has some pretty decent articulation. Unfortunately, the design, you have like bloomers, I believe someone called this in the comments in one of my other Pennywise videos. Yeah, the design will hinder the articulation in some spots, but overall, NECA did a good job. If your joints are stuck, be sure to just heat them up, and you should just be okay. But do keep in mind, the waist joint here, the ball joint, it has been a cause for concern. Some folks have been breaking them. All right, the meat and potatoes of this review, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories, and once we have them all laid out, not a whole lot. Okay, so we do get 4 unique head sculpts, and we get an alternate set of hands. We get the monster hand, and then we do actually get a fence post to put through one of those head sculpts, but this is about a $30 figure. Yeah. All right, so let's take a closer look. So to complement that head sculpt where Pennywise bursts out of the projector, we also need a head sculpt when Pennywise is inside the projector and is sort of scaring the kids. So we do get that head sculpt. We do also get this sort of pre-Deadlights head sculpt where he's getting ready to maybe eat one of them. I don't really know. I don't quite exactly remember where this face was used in the movie, but we do get it, and it is very creepy. Then, of course, we do get the head sculpt where he does get the fence post jammed into his head, and then he starts to crawl back down the well. Oh, yeah, spoilers. I mean, as if you haven't seen the movie already if you're watching this review. And, of course, we do have to have that fence post, which is just kind of looking like a fence post, and it has a red maroonish band around one part of it. So, pretty cool there. Now for the alternate hands, Pennywise does come with a set of hands, so this way he can look like he wants some money, or maybe he's rolling a leafy substance up into something. I don't know, whatever you want to make do in your fantasy realm. Yeah, so I don't know what these hands would actually be for, but he comes with them. Then we do have the alternate monster right hand, so this way he can take a swipe at one of the other figures in your collection and do some damage. Yep. Detailing is pretty cool. We have nice orange claws, and it does look like a werewolf hand. So I wonder what that might be a reference to. Now here's the cool part. Since this is reusing the ultimate Pennywise body, we can definitely part swap and use accessories from previous releases or future releases. So if you want to use the head where he's has the xenomorph jaw and you want that monster hand, cool, you can do that. If you want the head where he's in the projector getting ready to scare the kids and he's holding a balloon, you can do that as well. Basically, the combinations and opportunities are only as limited as your imagination. So all in all, the accessories that we do get with the Well House version of Pennywise are pretty cool, and fans of the movie are definitely going to like this. However, maybe they could have thrown something else in. Maybe a projector? I don't know. That might have just been too cool. Anyway, if you're looking for some accessories, maybe effect parts and whatnot, maybe a stand so this way this Pennywise doesn't fall over, you know I have videos to help you out. Now we're going to go ahead and round out this review with a size comparison for you, so this way if you're looking to put Pennywise on the shelf with anything else in your collection, maybe you're going to have a fantasy battle with Ash Williams, or maybe with the 1990 Tim Curry Pennywise. Here is a nice size comparison for you so you can see exactly how much room you're going to need. So, buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. To be honest with you, I am rather content with this release. I do like all of the head sculpts, and the accessories are pretty solid. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. With all of these head sculpts for Pennywise, we are going to need another body. However, I do have to give, a little bit of validation to the folks who did cry out that, well, this could have just been an accessory set for about $30. I do feel like it was a bit too much. All right, so the MSRP is going to be about $27.99 or so, okay? But still, at the end of the day, I really do kind of feel like this didn't need to be a whole action figure release, and it could have just been an accessory set. Maybe down the line, NECA could just do one big head sculpt set with all of the accessories from this and the upcoming Dancing Clown version? I don't know. But at the end of the day, if you do like these head sculpts and you do like the minimal accessories that it comes with, this is definitely going to be a rock-solid release for quite an iconic movie character. And with the upcoming Part 2 or Chapter 2 or Volume 2, whatever they're going to call it, this is definitely going to rise on the aftermarket, so don't sleep on this if you're thinking about it. Go ahead and bite the bullet, spend the 30 or so bucks, get yourself another Pennywise. You are going to need that other body after all with all these different head sculpts. Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up, thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.